Power up.
Get over here!
Hello, everybody out there on YouTube. Once again, it is the three middle-aged dudes just bullshitting about nothing. I am the Reverend.
The theme here.
Greymouth 1.
And in this particular video, we're pretty much going to talk about how Nintendo is taking over the world. Well, before we get into the big conspiracies and everything else, we're going to talk about, we're going to take a trip down nostalgia lane, and we're going to talk about the classic NES Mini, which is coming out. Just last week, they announced that they were going to put out a NES console, basically a retro clone emulator, a little box that was going to be preloaded with 30 games that came with a classic style controller for $59.99 manufacturer suggested retail price. Fully compatible with display to high definition and modern displays through HDMI. It also has its own internal save RAM, so no longer you don't have to worry about fucking passwords anymore, or bad battery swaps, or not holding down reset when you hit power, so you don't kill your save on your fucking cartridge. And it also includes all of the save state functionality of virtual console games that they have available for the Wii, the Wii U, and also the 3DS. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm probably going to own one, gentlemen, but this is a conversation between all of us, so the floor is open. What are your thoughts?
What you just mentioned there with the ability to save, that totally eliminates millennials throwing or jettisoning Nintendos and controllers, because there are certain games that are on this fucking list that will make gamers do that.
Yep.
But this is for nostalgia, and most millennials won't be getting this. It's for gamers like us that do want to go back, and for those that don't already have an NES or these games, it's going to be a gold mine. Now, 30 games.
Yes.
That's kind of like rare replay-ish.
Yeah.
But at the end here, okay, there are a couple of these games that could be replaced by certain games, but for the most part, these games speak volumes, and the games, some of the games that are on there are the reason why you play games today.
Exactly.
Now, the only drawbacks that I have personally, number one, no light gun games and no light gun support. Now that kind of, I understand, I really do, but that would have boosted up its quality if it would have had that.
Yeah.
It came with a sensor just like the Wii. Number two, it's only 30 games. They could have had at least 60. That's me. But the 30 games that they do have, most of them either are by Nintendo or they spoke volumes for the Nintendo. As far as this is the reason why you need to get a Nintendo. Most of the games that they do have on here. I mean, you have all three Marios. You have both of the Zeldas. You have Metroid. You have Kid Icarus on there. You have Castlevania. Now, I don't know how they pulled that off.
1 and 2.
Right,
yeah.
1 and 2. Oh, yeah, 3 was the jettisoning Nintendo game. They had Ninja Gaiden there.
Yeah.
Like I say, Castlevania 1 and 2, due to Konami not being a gaming company anymore, I don't know how they pulled that off. But for the games that are on there, like I said, they could have added, and the other drawback is that you can't update it. It would have been pretty sweet if you can update it and put more ROMs, more games, more things on there. But I understand why they went this route. I hope that this sells. I hope that this works. Maybe they'll come out with an upgraded one with more games, or maybe they'll come out with a Super Nintendo one. That has to be at least 100 games if they do that. I'm excited about this, and most likely I will own one too. That's just, yeah, you have to buy an extra controller and all that, but it doesn't matter.
It's only $10.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You can, yeah, like you said, you don't have to hold down power to turn off and on certain games or reset or worry about saving it and no, or your NES fucking up right in the middle of the game while you're on the second and last stage, whatever. You don't have to worry about that with this model. So, I mean, I'm excited for it. I just wish there were just more games for it, more options. But yeah.
Gray Mouse, sir?
On that note, I give it about a month, and the modders are going to figure out how. Because I don't think, in all honesty, I don't think all the memory is going to be used per se, and they're going to figure out some way to add because all they are is ROMs. You know what I mean? At this point, so what I'm thinking is that the hackers are going to get a hold of them.
We're going to have an NES emulator on this NES.
Well, to add more games to that system, then yeah.
Well, it is pretty much an emulation box. Let's just be honest
here.
That.
Yeah.
The only thing that it's missing really is an input-output method to go ahead and put more games in there.
Right.
Well,
That's the only thing that's really missing.
With me, right, this gives me a great opportunity because I have a capture card that actually I can record some gameplay of old school games. You know, the Castlevanias, the Metroid, the what do you call it? Especially the Zeldas. You know, Kid Icarus. Just that list demands attention. That's all I gotta say. It demands attention. That list of 30 games are the games.
Finally record how you were Mario and then how you jumped off the screen. That's a story for another time, folks.
Yeah.
That's a great
But when I was flipping through the news and I saw this, my jaw dropped and I was like, "Oh man, I got to let the guys know about this."
It's funny because even though I have most of those games in my collection already for the actual NES, I'm still gonna fucking get it.
And the fact that it
HDMI support.
HDMI support, yes.
Yes.
And the fact that
I hope the rendering is okay. I hope.
Well, no, it's spot on perfect for the fact that it's based off of, from what I understand, it's based off of the virtual console stuff that they've released out for the 3DS and Wii U, and that shit is perfect. Showing up on HDMI.
And then, you know, the controllers. The actual controllers, you know, your old school controllers could fit in there and you could plug it up and play. I thought that was great. I was like, damn, why didn't Nintendo think about this years ago?
Because
and then,
enough time didn't pass.
True. And then, of course, I saw a couple articles about the inevitable Super Nintendo Mini. Bring it on, Nintendo. That's all I got to say.
That's probably going to be within the next 5 years.
As soon as I read that article and I found out what it was and I saw that list, Nintendo already had my $60. My $60 were gone. It was already gone. It was gone. Just that simple. I'm like,
well, the funny thing about the NES Mini, the NES Classic Mini, is that like I said at the beginning of this video, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to own one. It's only $60, and a lot of people, I saw feedback online. Folks were saying, "Well, why are you going to spend $60 when you can sit there and you can own ROMs and emulators for free?" Look, motherfucker, each and every one of these fucking titles is $5 on the Virtual Console store for Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, at this price point, they're $2 a fucking piece.
Yep,
it's legitimate. And guess what? Unless you want to go ahead and do some technical mumbo jumbo to go ahead and get some sort of vid capping going, it's really easy for vid capping. That and the fact that, guess what? I can't use my classic fucking controller
on an emulator.
Unless
you buy an NES style controller to fucking USB it.
Or a USB adapter, but still there's a bit of lag that's encountered when doing that.
Exactly.
The thing with this is that it's a very, very clean device, and like everybody is saying, like I said, I'm probably going to go ahead and pre-order one because that and an extra controller. Otherwise, when it comes out in November, people are going to fucking buy them up, and you're going to see them on eBay for $150 a piece.
Christmas time is going to be the real business with this thing.
Yeah.
So you got to pre-order it. It's just. people are going to have it. People are going to get it. And like you said, people are going to be very stupid about it, selling it on eBay and jacking up the price. I mean, come on. Gray Mouse. Reverend. Let's look at the list of games for this thing before we move on.
Okay, the list of games, as far as it goes, we've got Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 3, Legend of Zelda, and Legend of Zelda 2: The Adventure Link. We got Donkey Kong, Metroid, Kirby's Adventure, Dr. Mario, Punch Out featuring Mr. Dream. It's not Mike Tyson's.
There are reasons for that.
Yeah, we know that. Donkey Kong Jr., Excite Bike,
yes,
Ice Climber,
yes,
Chris, the Mario Brothers.
You know what's pause. You know what's sweet about Excite Bike? Save.
Yes.
We're done. There was no way to do that before. So now you can save your track and always come back to it.
Yep.
I mean, the beauty of this whole thing is that you can video cap this.
Oh,
you can do that too.
And HDMI.
Well, let's continue down the list. Okay, then we have Star Tropics 2.
Yes.
Bubble Bobble, and this is where it starts going into the licensed games outside of the Nintendo franchise. Bubble Bobble, Final Fantasy, Gradius, Pac-Man.
How'd they pull that off?
Castlevania 2.
Yeah, those off.
Galaga.
Yes.
Mega Man 2. Ghosts and Goblins.
Yes.
Super Contra. Which I see kind of, I think that's kind of odd that they didn't include the original Contra.
I agree with that.
I'll take it. Okay. Then we have Ninja Gated,
Jettison,
Tecmo Bowl, and Double Dragon 2, The Revenge.
Knees!
Yep.
Oh, man.
2-player.
Look, can you imagine? I can just imagine the videos that's going to be coming out of the Ghosts and Goblins and those hard-ass games, Ninja Gaiden games.
No, there are already videos of those, but people use, like, tools.
They use emulators, yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But to actually beat that shit without cheats on an NES, I've done it, but shit.
Castlevania 2, Castlevania. That's so interesting that Konami, what is it? Is it Taiko? Bubble Bobble? Taito,
yeah.
Taito.
Yes.
Wow. Like,
Tecmo,
wow.
Tecmo has 2 games on there.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Konami, I was like, whoa, wait, how did they pull that off? With Gradius, Castlevania 1 and 2.
The only thing that I can think of, like I said, since it is tied to the functionality is tied to what's available on the Virtual Console, I think Nintendo went ahead and they maybe it was like through some sort of legal financial wrangling, they were able to get the rights to go ahead and release it over, maybe because it's also considered a Nintendo platform that it's available to release it.
Those are games that put the Nintendo on the fucking map.
I mean, they're one of the games. Yeah.
I mean, holy cow, Square Enix, are you kidding me? Who else is there? There's I just couldn't believe
Tecmo
with Ninja Gaiden and Tecmo Bowl.
I mean,
Capcom with Ghosts and Goblins and Mega Man 2.
Mega Man 2, and of course, out of all the Mega Mans, they had to choose Mega Man 2, which is,
people consider that the best one.
Well, they consider that their favorite one because it's also the easiest one out there.
That's what I was going to say.
I'm just not the best about that. It's the easiest one out there.
It's the easiest one out there.
Then there's Taito with Bubble Bobble and Double Dragon 2.
Yep. I mean,
of course, that list is completely subjective. I mean, everybody likes their own game, but I'm really satisfied with it.
Come on, all 3 Marios are there.
Well,
I don't think Mario 2's there.
Okay, at least
all 3 are there. Mario Brothers on there. Yep.
Donkey Kong is on there. Donkey Kong Jr.
Yeah. Donkey Kong map isn't. Donkey Kong 3 isn't. Okay, they skip certain things. The only one that Star Tropics, and Ice Climber kind of confused me, but they're still good games.
Well,
Ice Climber is a great game,
fight.
especially if you play 2 players. Ice Climber is fucking great.
Yeah.
They needed with Star Tropics, they needed like an action RPG type. I was really surprised to see 1 and 2 though. I figured that they only hit the first one. I don't think
the problem with Star Tropics 1, okay, and this was a problem with the game, but for some stupid fucking reason, in order to find the last island or the last dungeon to go ahead and go through and pass the fucking game, you had to have the actual physical fucking map that came in the box with the manual and everything else.
Right.
And at the time, who the fuck kept their boxes?
No.
Okay.
I wish I did, to be honest.
Yeah.
And to tell you the truth, it was like I believe it was like some stupid fucking trick where you had to sit there and like spill water on it, and it fucking gave you the coordinates. And the map is fucking paper, so you could only do this once. Unless you don't fucking write this down, you are fucked after that.
You know what? I remember that. You're right, because I remember that you had to pour water on it to get the cord. I remember doing that distinctly. You just, oh wow! I completely forgot about that.
And that's the reason why you can find a lot of copies of Star Tropics, the first one, fucking used for really goddamn cheap. And a lot of people aren't going out of their way to go ahead and buy it unless they don't know any better.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, at least the peripherals are left out besides the light gun. I mean, the light gun would have been interesting with Duck Hunt and Hogan's Alley and Wild Gunman.
They couldn't put track and field.
Operation Wolf could have been a good one. It's another Taito game.
The problem is though with the light gun and the way that it works with HDMI.
Oh, I know.
They
could have had a sensor like the Wii sensor.
Yeah, I was hoping, but that didn't happen. And the truth of the matter is that when it comes to the best thing that I think about the Mini is not only does it hit like every sweet spot
too.
Yeah, it's like in your hand. It's like, gee, man.
The best thing is the fact that the spread of games that they got, the folks who put together that list of games, they thought really long and hard, and they were like, okay, we understand we can't get everybody's favorite, but we're going to put one in that fits the bill for every fucking genre out there.
You gotta remember too, there are certain mom and pop stores that sell some of these games for like at least $30.
Yep.
You know, I mean, you can still find Metroid or Zeldas or even the Marios for like $29.99 at one of these stores. So this these amount of games for this price, the actually NES Mini is almost the same size as a fucking controller. It's hilarious.
Yep.
But yeah, most likely I will be partaking in this. I don't see why not.
I mean, some games that I wish they were in there, like TNC Surf Designs, California Games. I understand why Track and Field couldn't be in there because that you kind of need.
Castlevania's 1 and 2. Oh no, just get a battery.
Yeah, everybody did. Yeah. Roll the battery.
Come on, battery. Make all the real records you want. Oh, look, come on, everybody did it.
But I mean, there are some games that I would have liked to see was like Lolo. I would like to see. A lot of people didn't like Marlon Secret Castle.
Look, if they would have had Super Dodgeball there.
Oh my God!
But
sports games,
that's why I said at least 60 games could have, or like the action. Or look at pro wrestling or something like that. They could have added so many, and that's what I'm saying. Super Nintendo, if they want to go nostalgic with the Super Nintendo Mini, they better have at least 100 to 150 games on it.
No, to tell you the truth, I think $30 is 30 games is probably the sweet spot between the Nintendo guys at Nintendo actually want
the price
and giving it as fair price to consumers. I really think that is.
But I wish they would have had a way to update.
I have no
and put games into it.
With that list, I have no complaints. I mean, that list is like the Reverend
Oh, the
said,
list is great.
they must have thought about that for months and
Well,
months.
not really, because the Nintendo titles that they put in there were the best-selling Nintendo titles, and there's no way that they could have went around certain ones, like the Marios and the Zeldas, Metroid, Kid Icarus, and Kirby. They couldn't have
Kirby.
They couldn't have went around any of those. That was just substantial. They had to have those there. Now, as far as the controller and system jettisoning games, I understand why they picked certain ones. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Ninja Gaiden. I wonder how they pulled. Wait, Tecmo Bowl. I wonder how they pulled that off because of the NFL license.
I was going to say, what about like games like RBI baseball? There's only one sports game.
One, two, three, or four.
The first one.
Well, the thing with Tecmo Bowl, as far as it goes, is that if you go back far enough, it's considered a legacy title where it's they don't have to worry about the copyright or licensing issues as far as that goes.
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
if they would have had they could have covered it with like Double Dribble and Blades of Steel, or
that's what I'm saying.
Baseball Stars.
Yep, RBI baseball. It's just that there was only one.
They could have picked only one baseball game, and I think either Nintendo's baseball or Baseball Stars would have made that list.
Yeah.
That's just me. Yeah. Pro wrestling, that would have been great.
I would have gone for Tecmo World Wrestling over Pro Wrestling.
Tecmo World Wrestling, yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Adventure Island, but the games that they do have are great, and it was a real surprise to me. I was like, whoa, I'll be $60 less by the time this shit comes out.
70 plus tax.
Okay, fine.
Gonna get the extra controller.
Okay, fine.
But it comes out September? Like really soon.
11/11.
November. Yeah, November 11th.
November.
Yep.
11/11.
Well, I'll be there. I'm thinking about pre-ordering that myself.
Yep.
Now, speaking of nostalgia and speaking of Nintendo, Pokemon Go has caused a lot.
Okay. This goes along with Nintendo taking over the world, all right? I don't know about Pokemon Go being part of nostalgia. The Pokemon part, yes. But this whole, the Pokemon Go thing as being a mobile application that has, that for the week of, let's see here, I believe July 18th all the way through the 24th, all last week, it actually surpassed the amount of mobile downloads over YouPorn.
Damn.
Yeah. So there were more geeks out there playing Pokemon Go on their smartphones than they were watching fucking porn.
And it's not kids either.
No, it is not.
I just go ahead and break that.
And
they're not
kids in the public parks with their phones out.
That adults at 10:30 at night going through public parks searching for Pokemon.
All right, let's take a second here. Let me go ahead and back it up and let's set the table. All right, a few weeks back we went ahead and we did a video where we went ahead and we mentioned Pokemon Go. That was when it first released out here in the States at the beginning of July, and really our impressions at the time, if I'm being very, very honest, was that, yeah, Nintendo put this thing out and it got really big, But over the last few weeks, and especially since it released in Japan last week, I believe on the...
No, it was Thursday, yeah.
Yeah, actually the 21st was when it released in Japan. Funny how we got it first. It is just... It has gone beyond viral. It has become a worldwide fucking phenomenon. So much so that for the week of the 18th to the 23rd, actually before the 18th, Nintendo, they broke stock records within the Tokyo stock market. Their stock jumped up over 120%.
Yeah.
It more than doubled in one day. More than any other fucking stock in history. I mean, it is just crazy how this happens. And the incredible thing is that we said it on the video that we put out previously. You know, there were a lot of naysayers out there saying Nintendo was done. Nintendo shouldn't do anything else. You know, Nintendo should just make fucking video games. Well, guess what? They made a game. They put it out on a platform that they don't own. They did exactly what you fucking wanted. And y'all are saying that this is some bullshit. Really?
It's so funny. This is the first time Nintendo has put something other than their system since the CDI and the Atari.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, look how big this is. It's on mobile devices, and people, I'm telling you, no matter what gender or race, people are everywhere with their mobile devices out trying to catch these fucking creatures. It's hilarious to see.
The only thing that Pokemon Go is not on are Google phones.
No, it's on Android. It's on Android.
I was told it wasn't on Android.
No. Niantic, the developers who made it, they are former Google employees.
There you go. Look, I'm in Japan right now, and it's so funny to watch people, adults walking around neighborhoods, you know, with their phone out looking for Pokemon. In fact, I'm a player myself. I admit it. I downloaded that shit. What all this was about, because you're seeing, you know, stuff on the internet all the time. And I was like, what is this about? So I downloaded it, and I was like, holy shit, this is fun.
You know, what's funny is that just a few days ago, I saw these motherfuckers who do not live in this goddamn neighborhood rolling around on bikes with their phones out, and I knew exactly what the fuck they were doing.
Going to a park and seeing people everywhere with their phones out, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
And the thing is about the camaraderie. I mean, when you go to these parks, everybody's like, hey, there's a Charizard over here. There's a Bulbasaur over here. There's interaction. And it's just, it's great to see the community getting together. I mean, they literally going through malls.
Yep.
Going through malls. Yeah. Groups of people not even knowing each other, going through malls looking for these Pokemon. And I was like, are you kidding me?
Now, wait a minute. What about the bad things about people wandering in the streets or falling off cliffs or things like that?
Okay. Here's the thing. All right. I'm not going to talk bad about anybody who goes out of the way to play Pokemon Go. And I had a conversation offline with coworkers just a few days ago about this. I'm not going to talk bad about anybody who goes out of their way to play Pokemon Go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not playing it for myself because I know that it's a sink of time and life. And it's just like Evan knows, it's a vortex. Okay.
Hey, I got all kinds of games to catch up on.
Yeah, exactly. But regardless of the fact of me not talking bad about people who play Pokemon Go, I will address unabashed the stupid shit that happens when people are playing this fucking thing, okay? Like the 15-year-old who sat there and got hit crossing a fucking freeway because she was playing fucking Pokemon Go, and her mom decided to go ahead and blame the fucking game. Bitch, you raised a retarded child.
I wanted to put no. They're finding dead bodies with Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Think about that. They're finding dead bodies. They found one kid was going around doing this thing, and they found a dead body in a river somewhere.
Yep.
I was like, are you kidding me?
Wandering on freeways, falling off cliffs.
Well, guys, maybe we didn't mention this, but the good thing about Pokemon Go, the interesting thing about Pokemon Go is that it actually uses Google Maps. So in the in-world game world is actually your real world. So it's augmented reality, more or less. So if you look at the game map, you could actually, it's just like looking at your city. You can see all the little houses in your neighborhood. You can see all the stores.
You can't see a street.
No, not if you're looking at your fucking phone. But I will tell you what the real interesting thing is about Pokemon Go, okay? And that's not the fact that it's augmented reality, use real life maps, and it's not the fact that it convinced millions upon millions of people to get the fuck off their couches and off their ass and actually walk the fuck around. Okay. It is this. Pokemon Go has proven that geeks can get laid because they are going out and they're meeting people and they're finding people with the same fucking interests. And have you heard the term of Pokenudes? Because that has popped up.
Yes,
So geeks are not just catching them all. They're not just catching Pokemon. They're catching pussy too.
Hell yeah.
Hey, you see, the Kinect didn't do it. The PlayStation Move didn't do it.
The Kinect and the Wii, they look like fucking dildos. That's something you do with yourself, all right, by yourself. No, this is something that requires you to go out into the fucking world.
Outside.
Yeah, outside, where the opposite sex is.
And
Laser tag didn't even have this effect, and that would come back.
What's funny too is that
Guns aren't politically correct.
Certain things with Pokemon Go is like you get these eggs, and you have to hatch these eggs by going 500 meters or 1,000 meters or 15,000 meters or whatever, right?
Look, nothing against Pokemon Go or nothing against the game, but I can't do it.
Hang on. Listen, though. And the system, the game knows that you're driving in a car. So you can't screw the system. It knows that you're not walking. So, you got to hand it to Nintendo that they went out and they did the exercise, Yeah.
I mean, and the funny thing about it is that it's not the first time that Nintendo has tried to make people actually get up and leave their houses. Okay, and especially with Nintendo, they've tried to do this before. The thing that makes me say that Nintendo is slowly taking over the world, like I said, their stock jumped up, and not because it was a really popular downloaded app, but guess what? Businesses are setting up Pokestops and setting out lures in front of their fucking...
McDonald's doing that?
Yes, McDonald's is partnered up with them, and their stock went up too. All right. Some banks, people have been throwing around the idea of setting up a Pokestop at fucking at voting booths. Wow. I think it would be a good fucking idea.
That is good business for McDonald's.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
that's good business for McDonald's.
I mean, here's the thing. This is the one thing. This is where you get the distinction of just a game and something that makes real money. Okay, if it's just a game, it makes the game publishers, it just makes them money. If it's something that makes real money, it makes everybody who's fucking involved a lot of money. And that's the reason why Nintendo is taking over the world.
I hope that other ideas come with this. I would love to see this done with, I don't know, Pac-Man. Hey, you can get your phone and be a ghost. There's Pac-Man, you have to go chase him.
Yep.
Or I don't understand how the rules would be at that point, but if they would do something like that, maybe I would participate in that.
Yep.
Hey, there's a power pellet. Yeah, you have to go here. Yeah, eat these motherfuckers. That would be something. That would be kind of funny.
Yep.
But this is not the last you're going to see Nintendo doing stuff like this with their games. Guarantee that.
Nope.
Oh, come on. Find the club, man.
Yeah.
Download the app.
Nope.
No.
And like I say, nothing against the game, but fuck, I have enough games as it is, and I still have to catch up and play certain things. So, and that kind of takes over life, and I can't do that at this moment. So,
it's one of those things where it's like I know it's there, I know it's free, and I know I can jump in at any time. The problem is that if it's something that's going to really require a lot of life and time for me, then yeah, it's something that I'll go ahead and I'll avoid it at this time. And that's just me. Right?
Yeah, at this time.
But if something really stupid comes up, we'll definitely be covering it here in this channel and making a video about it, right? With that, Nintendo's taking over the world. I think we've said that more than once. We'll just take that as a given right now. We'll close it on up. Like I say at every video, thank you for watching us and following us all the way through. Hit like, hit subscribe. If you think we missed anything, go ahead and leave us a comment. We encourage that stuff. I am the Reverend.
The theme here.
Gray Mouse 1.
Once again, for the benefits of common sense, logic, gaming, and looking for Pokemon on freeways, off cliffs, inside other people's homes, wherever, Nintendo's taking over this motherfucker. Yeah. Credits.
Make sure to look both ways before you cross the street, boys and girls.
Hey, you gotta catch them all, right?
What, cars?
Car bumper to the fucking skull. Jeez.
Hey, but did they get the Pokemon before they hit?
Well, that was probably the only good part about that.